Wolf Children is the third film by Mamoru Hosoda, following The Girl Who Leapt Through Time and Summer Wars. And as much as I loved his previous projects, they were aimed for a younger audience. They were aimed for teenagers. This is a much more mature story, and I think it might just be his magnum opus. It's an epic coming-of-age story that spans 13 years, from 3 different perspectives. The hardships of a single mother, trying to find a suitable environment for raising her 2 children, who are both half human and half wolf. It's a beautiful story about the sacrifices of parenthood. It's about embracing your identity and ultimately finding your pack. There's a lot to unpack here, so to avoid jumping all over the place, I'm going to focus on one character at a time. We're going to start at the very beginning, with the mom, because we can't exactly have wolf children without a wolf romance. Hana is a part-time worker while attending college, and she meets a rugged young man that isn't an actual student. He just wants to learn. They go from complete strangers to study buddies, and eventually romantic partners. And finally, he reveals his secret. He's also a wolf. He's the last of his clan. His parents died when he was at a young age, and he was raised by relatives that were oblivious to his heritage. So he's essentially been alone his whole life, and she accepts him and loves him for who he is. Now, time flies, entirely in montage, and without dialogue, as they build a life together and she gives birth to 2 children, Yuki and Ame. It's all beautifully told and emotional, but it's a real gut punch when he dies. It's hard enough being a single mother, but she's completely lost and alone, with nobody to help, since she needs to keep the nature of her children a secret. No babysitters, no doctors, nobody. The daughter is rapidly developing, switching from wolf to child depending on her mood, constantly chewing on everything, like a pup. And then there's the son, who is weak and always cries, and she has no idea what she's doing. She can't work, she can't sleep, and her neighbors complain constantly. It gets so bad that social services wants to investigate. She realizes that she needs to leave, to get out of the prying eyes of the city, and move to the countryside, away from society, where her kids can be safe and have freedom. The choice to be a wolf or a human without the risk of being discovered. They move into a rundown house that's been overtaken by nature, miles away from civilization. It's perfect. She has no job, so they're going to have to grow their own food, but she's completely out of her element. The neighbors are few and far between, and they assume this city girl is going to run for the hills before too long. But they're shocked by her determination. When she refuses to give up, the community bands together to give a helping hand, and she cautiously accepts the help. She teaches the kids that they have to be careful, that people are afraid, conditioned to fear the big bad wolf. They're old enough now to understand. They're at that age where they have to learn to blend in. Yuki wants nothing more than to go to school. She wants to make friends, to join a community, and as nervous as the mom is, she knows it's time. And it turns out okay. Mostly okay. She's having the time of her life, but she slowly realizes that she's not like the other girls. They have completely different interests and mindsets. She feels like an outsider, so she decides to fully embrace her human side. And life gets better. She adapts really well. She's fully embraced by her peers, and she's happy. Until there's a new student at school, a boy, and he immediately notices that she's different. She smells like a dog. She's extremely self-conscious about it, and now she's deeply uncomfortable around him. avoiding the new kid at all costs. And he takes it personally. He confronts her, following her throughout the school, all while she's really trying to keep calm. But she's overwhelmed and cornered, and she lashes out, slashing at his ear. She reveals her true self. She's terrified she's going to have to leave school. They're going to have to move away. But the boy claims that a wolf attacked him, and that she is innocent. He starts bringing food to her house, and reaching out, wanting her to come back to school. This blossoms into a real friendship, and over time they become closer and closer, until she finally works up the courage to tell him the truth, that she's a wolf. But he already knows. He accepts her, and promises to keep her secret safe. Ame has always been extremely timid, but everything changes after one winter, when his hunting instincts finally kick in. He fully embraces his wolf side, and he's desperate to learn more about his father, about his species, but they're completely in the dark. It's very isolating for him, because his sister is repressing her wolf side. She wants to be like other people, and unlike him, she finally found her pack. He starts school, but it's difficult. He doesn't fit in. He doesn't have friends. A typical school experience for many, but he's not like other people. This is wrong. It's unnatural for him. He drops out and starts roaming the wilderness. He forms a bond with an elder fox, who is the guardian of the mountain, and he starts learning about himself, about being an animal. He truly discovers his calling. Mom is worried about him, but he has her full support. She wanted her kids to have the choice, to have that freedom of identity. But he's just a child, at least as a human. But he's a wolf, and it's time to leave the nest. He's ready, but she's not. She can't accept it. Then the storm hits. It's destroying the environment. The elder fox has suffered a grave injury, and now the mountain needs a new guardian. He's made his decision. His mom faces the storm, desperately trying to find her son, to bring him home, to keep him safe. But the harsh conditions are impossible. She collapses, but she's rescued by her son, and she realizes that she needs to let go. Her kids are ready to walk their own path. So remember, these three stories are happening at the same time. The first half of the movie is mostly from the mom's perspective, since her kids haven't really developed yet. But from the moment that she's able to nurture a suitable environment and her kids start branching out, the movie is going to jump back and forth from everyone's point of view. They start drifting because all three of them want something else. The mom wants to protect them, to shield them from the outside world. The daughter wants to be like other people and repress her nature, while the son wants to embrace his wolf side and pull away from not only people, but his own family. This causes serious tension, to the point where he can no longer relate with the only person he's ever understood. He becomes a lone wolf, which, sounds kinda depressing. But in the way it's handled, it's a beautiful and rewarding experience. It's an ambitious story that fully immerses you in these characters' lives. You completely sympathize with their fears and their struggles. It's a movie that was crafted with so much love and care, and attention to detail, and with such a huge scope, that there's just really nothing quite like it. It's an overwhelmingly human story about childhood and parenthood and wolfhood. It's a movie that sets the bar so high in the first 20 minutes, and it never drops an inch. Every little moment is impactful, and every major moment is just emotionally devastating. It's a bittersweet experience that you'll never forget, and it solidifies Mamoru as an essential filmmaker, as one of the all time greats. Wolf Children really is just perfect.